Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of The Guys. With me, as always, is Luis, Chris, and Xavier. Today, we're going to be discussing The Social Dilemma, which is I want to say a documentary. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking it out. Listen to what we have to say first, and then check it out and let us know what you think. But before we get into all that, how is everyone doing? Luis, you are looking sharp. How are you today, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It's been a nice, easy, smooth week, so can't complain too much.
I hear that. Chris, what's up, man?
The week sucked, but there's U.S. Open golf, there's
Touche.
NBA playoffs, and there's football coming up. So it's good. Life's good.
And you can probably watch all three at the same time for the first time in the history of mankind, correct?
That is true.
Excellent. Zave, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. On vacation next week, so stoked about it.
Oh, you lucky bastard. Lucky
Yes,
you.
sir.
So I'm assuming, like I said, since we're talking about it, everyone has seen it. So I will start with the freshest mind. Chris, you were the last one to watch it. What did you think, man? How did you like that documentary? What's going on? What'd you think?
There were definitely some things that opened my eyes that I did not know.
Like what?
I mean, you always hear that, right? Hey, you know that they know kind of what you're looking at because you can see the ads and you can see that. But one thing that really stood out to me at the beginning was they know exactly how long you're staring at like each thing or staring at each picture.
Who's they?
Whoever has the algorithms. I mean, whatever app you're on, right? Whatever app you're on,
Sure.
They know how long you're looking at each individual picture, each individual post. They don't just know that you liked it. Like I can see, hey, you like it. That's an instant like, hey, information to you guys. I like this.
Sure,
But
metadata
they know
can collect
literally
right away.
just if you're looking, how long you were looking and paying attention.
Why do you think that's important? Why do you think they want to care about that?
Because they want to keep your eyes in your interest, right?
Correct. What I took from that too is what they were saying. They want to see what gets our attention, what holds the attention, and about what time of the day, they can capitalize on that. So, Luis, what did you think, man?
I thought that it basically confirmed or reconfirmed what we already kind of know. We've always joked about that our phones kind of watch and see and hear everything that we're discussing, even when we're not in an app, right? I mean, how many of you guys have had it where you guys go into like a Home Depot or a Walmart or something and you get an email from the competition, right? You go into a Target and you get an email from a Walmart. You go into a Home Depot and you get something from Lowe's. Like I've had that happen to me numerous times, and I'm not saying anything. I'm not using my phone for GPS or anything. It just happens. My phone knows that I am at a location, and whatever algorithm is calculating is letting them know, like, hey, you know what? This guy's at Lowe's. Let's shoot him a discount for Home Depot. Maybe we can get him over there.
Wild, 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 wild. Zabe, what do you think, man?
I think as crazy it is to have the advertisements pop up on your phone and they, push different advertisements to you based on, what you're looking. I think the bigger impact is the political impact that it has with the behavioral changes that it impacts on the people that are watching or looking at ads, right? So the example that they used about Facebook and all those fake profiles that they had to delete that were influencing elections in, Brazil. And
that was crazy, right?
Like
it was like,
it's
holy
just
shit.
It's they were talking about it's not the currency for your time. That's not what they're looking for. It's the behavioral change. Like how can they shift your mind to vote or act a certain way to influence government? That to me was the biggest change or like the biggest aha for me. So what did you think about the movie itself?
You know what? I put it on, so let me walk you through it. So I put it on because all my kids were asleep. Jessica took Hazel in the back room to sleep, and Scarlett was hanging out with me. Then she got tired, so I went to go put her down too. And so I just had some time, and this isn't really their jam. So I put it on real quick, and I was kind of doing some stuff, cleaning around the house, and I was listening to it. One of the first things that caught my attention, so I had to rewatch the first maybe 20 minutes again because it caught my attention midway through, and then I went back. But one of the first things that caught my attention was when one of the guys from Google was saying, hey, you know what, he had to bring to someone's attention. Remember, he was talking about when he had to do he made the presentation at home, right?
Yep.
And he said there has to be some kind of accountability because, you know, people are using the Google search engine and they're basically picking and choosing what they want up at top to get your attention so they can kind of drive a certain behavior. But they said that there was 50 white males between the age of, I want to say 20 and 35. You need to fact check me, I'm not sure, that were running those algorithms. And they were like, yeah, so these 50 people were choosing what 2 billion people in the world were thinking and
Right.
checking where they were getting not just their facts, but their information, what they thought. They were driving what almost everyone in the world is thinking about. And I was like, wait, what? So I went back, I rewound and I checked it out. And just the people that they had on they weren't just executives, but they were engineers, people who
That was very good, right? That they had top people, so it was credible sources, right? Who
Mhm.
were saying these things. That was very big. People who were seeing,
Well-
you know, VP high up, like I did this, like I mean, that made everything that was said credible.
yeah.
Right. So on the other end of that, it's all former employees, right? So again, anytime I get information from a former employee, I take it with a little bit of grain of salt because you don't really know what their motivation is behind the release of the information.
Hey, you know
Yeah,
what? Hey,
but there's
time out.
saying
I'm glad you
information
brought
that's
that up,
already out
Luis.
there, right?
Hey, check this out. So now that you said that, because I was going to bring this up later. So yeah, you can't really, same thing. You know, they jaded employees that, you know, that took off, they're pissed off. What do you think their objective was when they were saying this? It didn't sound like they were trying to take down a social network or anything like that. It sounded like they were just trying to give information out. So what do you think their objective was? I'm sorry for leading you guys a little bit there, but what do you think was going on? What do you think the purpose of this mini documentary was for? Anyone? Zave?
I think it's just awareness. I mean, I don't know if they were disgruntled. I mean,
It didn't
They
sound
made
like
their
they
mi-
were disgruntled. It sounds
they
like they
made
made
their
their money, right?
millions.
right?
Yeah, they made their millions. They
They
were
got in,
part of
got
the
out.
blueprint. They may have actually even tried to bring it up while they were there, and they were like, "Okay, you know,
Correct.
get the hell out of here," you know. And they're like, "Okay, whatever, you know. Here's your severance. Here's your golden parachute. Get the fuck out of here. Don't ever, you know." Because you heard them, and they were saying, "Well, I didn't know if it was cool to talk about this because of the lawyers." You know, I had to make
Right.
sure I got with the attorneys so I didn't get sued.
Right.
So my thinking is they're just trying to bring awareness to it. Maybe some more, you know, maybe in a, you know, to Luis's point, maybe they're running another company and they're trying to get some free advertisement for themselves. I mean, that to me is like
Perhaps.
a little far-fetched, but I think it may just be like, hey, let's make a cool documentary, bring some awareness to the situation that is inevitable. You know what I mean?
So with that being said, so Luis, let me ask you this question. So since we saw this, right? Say I don't want to say a startup company, but say you're doing something in the same line, like a Google, a Yahoo, some type of search engine, a Facebook, an Instagram, a Snapchat, something like that. And one of these guys applies for a position in your company. Are you hiring them?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, he's got experience.
Yeah,
Hell
exactly.
experience.
Yeah.
So
Why
there's-
wouldn't
there's-
you?
Sure, because I'm just saying. Well, that's why I just want to see what your guys' frame of mind was. So
Dude was there at the beginning starting this shit up. I mean, they know
right.
how to
So you're not
freaking do
worried.
it.
You're not worried about them trying to, you know, bring you guys down from the inside, anything like that, right?
No.
Guy's job was monetizer.
What does that mean?
That means literally make us money. Your job is to make us money. Like that's one thing that I found very interesting at the beginning because you think of it, Google. Google is a search engine.
How do
You
they make
just
their money?
type in and say, right. How do they make
Advertisements.
money? Right?
Advertisements.
Right. I mean, and that's what dude's job was, right? I mean, like, you know, it's all through ads, but if you just think of it on the simple thing, right? Like Google, right? It's search engine.
Hey, so-
Instagram, it's sharing photos with family or friends, right? Or whoever and finding funny things now, right? Like the basic concept of it is not huge make money, right? How do you make money off of that? No, you make it off of ads and that stuff.
I'm glad you said that.
That's
So
where it gets
one of the
complex
quotes,
with-
one of the quotes I took from that was, you know, when they went in the, I don't want to say subtitles, but when they blacked out the screen, they put one of the quotes up there. One of the quotes that stood out to me, and I was like, holy shit. I'm going to read it, so bear with me. It says, "If you're not paying for the product, you are the product." And I was like,
Yeah. I wrote
like,
that. I wrote
holy
that down
shit.
too, Johnny. I wrote
I'm
that
sorry.
when I saw it.
oh shit, I'm sorry, man, I stole that from you. So what do you,
No,
give me your
just-
take on that.
that's
Give me your hot
powerful.
take. Give me your, why is that powerful? Why does that resonate with you?
I mean, they're the product. I
Who's
mean,
the
they're
product?
the ones. They're selling themselves to the advertisers, right? You don't think of it like that. I mean,
Wait.
that's-
Who's the product?
They are the products being sold. They're
Who's
selling themselves the product, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, to advertisers.
I beg to differ. This is where I think what I took from that was we are the product. They're selling us to the advertisers and whatnot. So not Instagram, not Facebook. The reason it's free is because they're gathering metadata from everything we took, everything we look at, right? So they want to know what time I'm checking things out, what time of the day, I'm looking at memes, if I'm on Facebook at a certain time, do I check it out? One of the guys said, hey, the first things you do in the morning is either you check your phone or you check your phone while going to the bathroom. And I was like, fuck,
Yeah,
that's spot on, man. I was like, holy shit,
yeah,
that's the
something like you
first
check
thing
your
that I
phone
do,
before
man.
peeing, or you pee and then
Yeah.
you check your phone. But
Yeah, I was like, holy shit,
it's,
they're right.
it's
They
one
got
of the
me.
two. There's
So
no
I'm
other.
on right when I wake up, man. That's the first thing I'm doing. I make sure I don't wake anybody up. I sneak in the bathroom before I hop in the shower, do my thing, and I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm checking what my memories were from 9, 8, 10 years ago. I want to see what's up. I want to see what spicy memes we have, first thing, so I can send them to you guys right away. And then I'm checking work email. I'm doing all that stuff, and I'm just like, wow. When he hit me with that, I was like, holy shit. Could you guys imagine? Could you guys make it through the day right now if you went through, let's say, on Monday and you left your phone at home? Not
I
from a
can't
work,
because I need it for work.
sure, but not from a work standpoint, right? You could check your emails and all that stuff, right? But could you leave your phone at home and not be able to check social media? I know, Chris, you're a little bit different because you're not on there as much as us. But Luis, how about you? Xavier, what's going on? What do you guys think?
I think I would be able to, just because I think, like, and they alluded to it in the show, is that
Mhm.
we're kind of part of that last generation that still knew what it was before the real takeover of this technology, or these social media apps. So I think we've been conditioned to this new way, but we still know what it was before this was available to us. So who I am worried about is my daughter, and,
Sure.
and my younger kids, because they don't know a world before this. They don't.
Right.
They are based on the likes and the follows and
Mhm.
the everything they see on social media. They that's all they know. That's all they've been taught. We come from a world where, Johnny, you say it probably like 80% of the time that you say something, fact check me, right? One of the biggest things that they talked about in this documentary was fake news, and how I think the statistic they use is fake news travels 6 times faster on Twitter
exactly
than real news or something.
It's true. That's why they put the fact checker or the false information on Instagram now, right?
Because nowadays nobody fact checks anything. Everybody takes what their agenda is. They go and they find an article that supports what they believe in.
Correct. It's like the fucking Wild West.
Yeah, and they take it as a gospel. And the other side does the same thing, right? So there's no more debates. There's no more coming to a coming understanding. It's, I believe the left, I believe the right, or I believe A and I believe B, and that's it. There's no middle ground anymore.
No,
and we have people have such short attention spans that they take a 20-minute conversation or something and snip 20 seconds of it with no context of where this came from, and that's what people are taking in the news, or that's what gets posted on IG and people see, with no context of what question was asked or what.
Right, and I don't necessarily think that's I think it goes back to what I was saying, more so than a short attention span. I think, like you said, they see that clip, so and so says this, and they run with it. That's it. They don't fact check it. They don't see what the context was. They don't see what the ultimate end goal was. It's just 10-second clip. Look at this asshole said, or look at this what so and so said. And that's it.
The first stop when people see that is not, hey, what's behind this, or is that really real? It's, oh shit, that's crazy. Oh, let me tell people about this, right?
Let me retweet this because I got to get it out because I want people to know it came from me.
Right.
So Luis, you kind of alluded to it a little bit in your initial opening with Johnny's question, but it's what we can kind of derive is like it's the age of misinformation.
Yes.
Right. And even if people had access to the truth, people wouldn't know what to do with it. Right.
Sure.
Because they're saying basically you get the truth and it's like, okay, well then what do we do? Everybody's believing something else. Somebody's believing this. Somebody else is believing something else.
Well, and who's
even
to
if
say
you believe the truth,
right? At this point, like, you can have the truth in your hand and you can have all the factual evidence that you need to say this is the truth, and somebody will come out with a 30-second clip that might
counterpoint,
cause
right?
doubt.
Yep.
And guess what?
That's all it takes.
It's all out the window. It's gone.
So Luis, you alluded to it earlier. So I know you were talking about, you're worried about your kids and stuff. So do you guys know when Google was founded? I think that Google was the first of anything before. I don't know if it was before MySpace. I want to say it was.
My answer to everything is always 1998.
Xavier?
AOL.
Oh, I have no idea.
Chris?
I don't know. Luis, what you drinking tonight?
Tonight is Google told me to go get some wild turkey.
Very good. I can't wait to get to ads on your phone because of that now. Hey, Luis, you were right. It was 1998. So anyone born after 1998 obviously doesn't know a world without Google. I remember when you said fact check, if before 1998, if you had to fact check something, what did you have to do?
You got to look in the encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia, or go to the fucking library, or
Yeah.
who were you getting your information from? Like your political standpoints and all your
Parents.
facts, you're getting stuff from your parents. Very good. So
Yeah.
your views were passed down by your parents, right? Or the views that you have for the most part from your parents, from your family, things of that nature. One of the things they mentioned in there too that I took to heart was as a society and as a creation that we have evolved to really care about maybe 5, 10, 15 people around us. And, we take that as empathy and say, hey, this is who we care about. Hey, obviously, if I'm the odd man out, I'm the black sheep, I need to change my social status and make sure that I'm acting accordingly. But because of social media, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, we have access to thousands of different people. So we are not equipped and we haven't evolved yet to care and deal with how tens of thousands of people view us, right? I'm going to pull it up right now. Bear with me. So one of the things that I saw in there and it fucked me up was doctors have coined a new phrase when kids nowadays, when they want to get plastic surgery, or, adults, they want to get plastic surgery for, I want to say, to match what they look like on their Snapchat filters, right?
Their filters,
yes. Do you guys remember what that was called?
Yes.
What was it called?
Snap something philia or something.
Philia means a sexual preference, Luis, you fucking lop. Snapchat dysmorphia is what it's called.
Close.
Right? So people are actually getting fucking...
That was close.
So people are getting plastic surgery and shit.
There was a philia at the end of that.
That's fucking wild, right? Philia, yeah. Whatever, dude. So, I mean, that just means that you have a sexual preference for sexual filters and things like that on Snapchat, which is cool. I'm down with it, man. I mean, whatever.
Give me a freckle filter, I'm good.
Fucking cool. So, Luis, since you and I have children, and Chris, you too, how do you think it affects the kids, right? I mean, Luis... Do your daughters have Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook?
No. So
when are you going to let them get that?
Well, Brianna Leah just got a phone and she's 11.
Okay, so when did you get them a phone? How about that?
I got Brianna Leah a phone at 11 because she was doing exceptionally well in school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that she wanted. Now, however, her phone is monitored and her screen time is timed. So she's only allowed it, I think, an hour a day. And she has to prioritize where she wants to use that hour.
Good for you.
She wants to use YouTube. She wants to use. I'll share the link. Wants to use YouTube, whatever it is, play video games. She has time limits, and once that time is exceeded, the phone gets locked.
Right.
That's good.
So Chris, let me ask you something. So have you guys checked your screen time and what you guys spend your time on?
No, actually.
So
I just get weekly updates of how long I've been on it and how I am.
So I challenge you right now to check it out to see what's going on. I want you guys to take a peek to see what's going on. My on average, I spend about 7 hours and 21 minutes on my phone
Daily.
Where do you see that?
If you guys have an iPhone, right, go to settings and go to screen time. If you don't have an iPhone, it's 2020. Figure it out.
I think you just type in screen time.
Sure. So anyway, the majority of that I spend on screen time is by far is Instagram. Instagram is my jam. I love looking at them spicy ass memes. Then I think it's about about 7 hours on Instagram, and then the rest is Safari is my internet.
I
my
didn't
interwebs.
have mine on, so it doesn't.
Oh
doesn't
wow!
have any
Check it out, dude.
information.
You should
But
check
I think
that
I
out.
have, since Instagram's like the only social media platform I use, and that's primarily just to communicate with you guys and send funny videos to you guys.
Sure, I think
And
out of everyone here, I spend the most time on social media. Correct?
Yes.
probably,
Right.
yeah.
All right.
Easily.
Okay.
My daily average on IG is 3 hours.
right? Which is the feed. Oh, is it 3 hours? Good for
It's
you.
3
Holy
hours,
shit, what am I
yeah.
doing with my life? So yeah, it's me looking for spicy memes for you guys and whatnot. Hey, since we're talking about Instagram and things like that, what I'd recommend for you guys to do, what I've done, is actually Jaden taught me this, my 14-year-old. What he does is when he gets ads on Facebook or Instagram, what he does is he goes to that page and he blocks the page. And the way when you do that, it stop. There's some that can't be blocked, but there's some that can. And if you block those pages, it fucks the algorithms up, right? So you'll start getting random.
Yeah.
They don't know what to
Fuck
send
that
you.
algorithm.
They have no idea what to send you. I was starting. I mean, I blocked almost everything that I could. It's my brother, by the way,
What
special
up on
guest
me?
star. What they started doing is I was getting ads for doctors' offices. I was getting ads for financial institutions. I was getting ads for
Colonoscopy.
the coolest one I got was duck hunting. I got a duck hunting ad, and I was like, "What the fuck is
It's
this?"
just
I
trying
s-
to throw
yeah,
anything and
it was
everything
just
at
fucking.
you.
It's like, is it
Yeah.
sticking? Is he fucking looking
Yeah.
at it? What's
What is
going on?
this?
I started sharing them with Jessica, and I thought it was a pretty cool experience. So I challenge you guys, if you guys are watching this, you guys, my three homies, make sure you guys give it a shot. See if you can block some ads and go from there. See what you can do. You'll be surprised by what pops up and what doesn't show up anymore. Hey, so before we move on, so one of the things they talked about too was hey, regulation. So do you remember Saturday morning cartoons?
Yep.
Yes.
Saturday morning cartoons have changed. Do you agree?
Don't watch them anymore.
Do they even have
Very
them
good.
anymore?
Very good. So hey,
Right.
let's go roundabout.
It
Luis,
is.
what was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon? Saturday
Ninja-
mornings. Which one?
The Ninja Turtles.
Dude, Ninja Turtles is mine. You fucker. I'll choose another
Okay,
one. Chris,
fine.
go ahead.
X-Men.
No, fuck, dude. You took my backup. You son
All
of a
right,
bitch.
dude. Yeah,
Stop
I know. I was
talking.
gonna-
Jesus Christ.
Batman the Animated Series.
That wasn't on Saturday, Spicer.
Luis, Ninja Turtles was my favorite too. I have no problem saying the same exact thing you said because Ninja Turtles was dope as fuck.
Sure, X-Men. I was gonna say Ninja Turtles and X-Men because X-Men was like a fucking novella. I loved watching. I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted
Gambit,
to see,
baby.
It was fucking tight, right? It was a good show.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
getting off topic. So, Xavier, what was your
It
your
was
favorite?
X-Men. It was X-Men.
pretty tight,
X-Men
right?
was
It was
up
a
there,
theme
yeah.
song.
That was dope.
So, those cartoons are no longer available. Do you guys know why?
Because people watch YouTube.
Nobody's
Incorrect.
watching them.
Nope. Luis, save us.
Because
How
child
come?
pornography, sex
Jesus
trafficking.
Christ, no, Jesus Christ.
What
God.
the hell?
I'm not even gonna edit
Hey,
that. I'm gonna
I
keep
was
that
just
in.
throwing some shit out there.
Sure, I know.
See
Let's
if
see
it
if it
stuck.
sticks.
Who
Yeah, we'll
knows?
see what
I
pops
didn't
up on your phone
Algorithm.
now.
No, I don't
Algorithm,
know
yeah.
why they're not available anymore. I know they're on the
The
Disney
algorithm.
Channel. You can watch
Because-
them on Disney.
The reason why they're not available anymore is because they have to be educational. They passed a bill. I don't know when they passed it. I want to say maybe about 99, 2000. They passed the bill, so any cartoon that they have on Saturday mornings has to be educational.
So you're telling me that learning to live with people that had different colors and different skins and stuff is not educational?
Sure, that's 100% what I'm telling you. That's why we're in the
They
state.
always had good
That's
messages.
why
too.
we're in the state that we're in right now,
They
right?
did.
So that's the reason why.
Captain Planet.
So Captain Planet, that was
Yep.
good, right? I enjoyed Captain Planet.
G.I.
you know.
Joe had
Yeah.
the more you know
G.I.
at the end.
Joe, that was dope.
The
You
more
notice how-
you know.
So time out. Hold on. So what I was getting at was they regulate cartoons and they regulate stuff like that. They have no regulation when it comes to social media and things of that nature, correct?
I mean,
That
they
was
sent you a-
interesting that he said
they
about
they
the
sent you
ads.
an agreement.
Right. They say, hey, are you 18? Like almost every porn site I've ever been at. No answers? You guys got nothing? You guys.
I was like, well, you are over 18 now, so
Sure.
you can, of course, you can say yes.
So that's the difference, right? They don't really regulate anything. Facebook asks how old you are, but there's no regulation on what you see and what you click on and go from there. They just care about
That's
gathering
true.
the metadata. So same thing with Instagram.
So how would
Snapchat
you how would
doesn't
you
care.
regulate it, Johnny? What
That's
would you
why
propose
I'm
to
glad
regulate?
you asked. I mean, I think they should really hammer down on what's going on because, like they mentioned, there's really no one who monitors this stuff. All they care about is gathering data. They don't care about who sees it and what's going on. I think if they're gathering all this stuff, they should be able to kind of guesstimate maybe your age. I mean, everyone's going to say that they're 18 so they can jump on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and stuff like that. But there has to, I don't know the answer is the short term answer for you. I don't know what the regulation should be, but look at where we're at. I mean, if they've coined a term and a phrase for, people trying to get plastic surgery so they look like they're Snapchat filters, that's fucking insane. And everyone's just okay with that. Right. I mean, one of the facts
Right,
that I
but-
saw and there was, go ahead.
So, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. How's that different from plastic surgery back in the 80s and the 90s?
I'm glad you asked. So the difference, and that's what I was getting to before you cut me off so rudely, was they had mentioned
was a
that.
good cutoff.
Excuse me, sir.
People-
May I ask a question?
Sure, ask your dumb question.
I just asked it. Go ahead.
That wasn't a question. Make me so mad. I'm editing that out. I'm gonna put a dick in your mouth. One of the things they mentioned
Yeah,
was that
get us flagged already, Johnny.
no one's watching us anyway. We can't get flagged. What are they going to cut us off?
Yeah.
Back to what I was saying.
Too much.
One of the things they mentioned was that suicide rates were up 100% with people under the age of 16. I want to say between 16 and 18.
Yeah.
And that's because of
The
social
numbers-
media. That's insane.
Big.
Yeah.
Depression is up 100%. I want to say 160% between anyone under 16 because of social media, things
The
like that. because they're
preteen
getting all the
impact
preteens.
is insane.
Now,
right?
what they didn't mention, and I rewound it a few times to see what I tried to do research on it, but I couldn't. I just got lazy and I didn't. They didn't mention boys, right? And so it worries me because I have 2 girls. Chris, you have a girl, and
Yeah.
Luis, you also have 2 girls, right? So I don't fucking care what people think when they look at my stuff, as long as they think my memes are spicy. But when our daughters get of age, right, and they're worried about, you know, what random strangers are saying to them, saying like, hey, that doesn't look good, or hey, you're ugly. They're just trying to get likes. They're trying to get things of that nature. I mean, that's what worries me in the regulation. There's
Right.
literally nothing there. So it's going to be a while until my girls are old enough. So hopefully, you know, something happens. But that's why I really like this, the documentary. I think was riveting. Rarely do I get to say that, but it was riveting.
Johnny,
Um,
one thing
okay.
I really liked with this documentary is that they had it, but I kind of like that they kind of showed like real life shit with it to kind of make
True.
it like a
You're
little
right.
more real. Like I did like that. Like, you know, it's people acting, but I mean, it definitely put that in perspective how addicted that little girl and that family was to her phone and making sure that people liked her, and how quickly and easy it is for someone to say your ears are big. And a little girl who's 11 or 12, how one person saying that can completely destroy their ego and how they're
Correct.
feeling about themselves.
They're too young and their minds are
So,
not well
okay.
equipped, or they're too fragile to deal with something of
Right.
that nature. Correct.
And this
Right.
is a conversation that I had with one of my cousins. Is at what point is it on the parents' responsibility as well?
It's
Like
all on the
why is an 11-year-old, number one, why does an 11-year-old have access to social media? Number two, why is a stranger commenting on her picture?
Touche.
Well,
Chris,
that's
do you
probably
agree?
friends or somebody at school, right?
So,
But
Chris, when are you going to give your daughter a phone?
I have no idea, 11 or 12 or something.
Mhm.
But exactly what Luis said, that was, I put this in freaking uppercase letters, parentheses, exclamation marks, parenting.
Mhm.
A parent has to be there too,
Active
to
parenting, correct.
to not only regulate but also give your kids like the type of self-esteem to know that that shit doesn't really matter if one person likes them or dislikes them or says
Correct.
something to. I get it that we're all humans and we all do have egos, and when, you know, sometimes when people say things it hurts us, but to compartmentalize that,
Ooh,
you
that's
know,
a good
and not
word.
take
Look
it
at
that one
you.
person says it, you know, like it is 100% on parenting. There are so many parents that, hey, here's a phone. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to teach you schooling. I don't want to take you outside. Here's a phone. Go keep yourself entertained for hours.
Active parenting, I agree. It's proactive. It's not reactive.
My daughter doesn't
Um,
get to watch a damn phone. I don't let her watch YouTube. No. You're going to come and
Absolutely.
stay with me when I got you. We're going to hang out. We're going to
It's
go out and do things. I'm going to play with you. You're not going to be on a phone.
So, Zave, you've been pretty quiet, I know, because you don't have children. But what do you think, man? I want your input since you're the odd man out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's absolutely on the parents to regulate for
How
the
much?
kids, right?
How much? What's the percentage that's on the parents for them to
100%.
regulate?
Because
Ooh,
if we're talking
100%.
about regulation, right?
Mhm.
Who are we going to have step in to regulate this social media? Who is it supposed to be? Who's
That's
it
a
I
going
don't
to
want
be?
that's a
the
good
government
question.
to do
The
it.
government?
Hell no.
Exactly. You don't want the government coming in and regulating social media, because then what does that do? That creates a biased view for all of the young generation to look at a certain direction and push whatever old persons or whatever political parties in power at that time, and shift that generation to continue that trend in the future. So it's on the parents. They have to go in there and decide for their children, hey, you know, you're responsible enough to understand, hey, this is a stranger. These guys don't mean shit to you. What is important is you, yourself, how you feel about yourself and the people around you, and not so much some stranger that's around the world, you know, telling you, you know, kill
Show me
yourself because you
Bobs.
look stupid, or show me Bob's, please, you know. But I mean,
What if
If
there's
we
a
don't-
prince
if
in
we-
Nigeria who needs money to
Give it to
unlock
him.
millions?
Give it to
Give
him.
it to him. Give him the money.
Because if we
I
don't
need-
do that, right? If the parents don't do that, then we're at risk of, I hate to say it, but someone is going to be like, well, we need to regulate this. Somebody
Yep.
needs to come in and regulate this, and someone's going to propose. At that point, government needs to step in. I think we should, if it comes down to that, I think we should put a cap on social media companies and how much money they can make on advertisements.
Oh, I'm
I think
glad.
that
you-
was.
I'm- hey,
the-
go
yeah,
ahead, Luis. Go ahead,
No,
take
go
a
ahead.
note. No, you had it. I'm just hosting. You guys are my guests. So
I
go
think
ahead.
that
What were
was
you
that
gonna say?
was one of the recommendations that one of the guy.
Absolutely.
And what did they say?
He said it was like a tax on every piece of information that you gather.
Very good.
They
So
should
they're
have
just
to
not
pay a
gathering.
tax.
Very good. If
Right.
you're going to collect the information, you're going to get fucking taxed on it, right?
Right.
They can regulate that. They can see what's up. That way, they're just
Got to
not
be a
collecting
penalty for
random ass data. You're 100% correct. Hey, so let's wrap this up. We've been here for quite long enough. So, what do you think should happen, Luis? What's your take when the social dilemma? What do you think? What's your cue? What do you leave me with your final thoughts?
I think I'm just kind of like the rest of you guys. I don't really know what the answer is to fix this huge problem. The only thing I can do is take care of my house and the people in my house.
Very good.
So
Well said.
I'm gonna work with them to help them and instill some of the values that I learned before this whole thing blew up.
Chris?
Luis, that's great. I like what you do with your kids, limiting them. What I got was one, fuck the algorithm. And the word that I did not like hearing so many times is manipulation, that they're manipulating you.
Fucking A, they are, though. They're
They
manipulating.
are
what we see.
manipulating lots of people, right? But I like to think that I am stronger than that they can't manipulate me. I get that they put things in my head, right? But I think this is good that if people
Tailor-made
are
golf
smart
clubs.
enough that it's okay, you can throw shit out there, but I'm still gonna make my own decisions.
Golf clubs, tailor-made golf clubs, Callaway,
Well, hey,
Pro V1.
So,
yeah, but
Zav,
then
you have an outside source, or you're the odd man out again,
Six.
like I said. So, what do you think, man? What's your take? What's your spicy take?
There was a guy on there. He was a weird looking dude.
Very
Super
good.
yeah,
savant.
I wrote that down. I couldn't. He looked like a
Savant.
sloth with dreads, and then he looked like I couldn't think of who else.
Dude's a
It's
genius.
pretty fucking rude. Poor guy.
He's
He
the
wrote a
father of
fucking
virtual
book.
reality.
My note
Yeah.
was first guy, Jaron Lanter. Who the hell does he look like? He looks funny. He looks like a sloth. He has big eyes. They kind of scare me.
Smart as fuck,
That's
right?
my note.
Poor
Smart
guy.
as fuck.
That's
But,
all
I mean,
you
he
took from
has-
him jumping
he-
on there.
He's kind of drew out the path for everybody. We're headed down this road where it's almost we're going to just let AI, create this self-destruction of the humanity. And, but to his point, there's still an opportunity for humans to go and make the change. If everybody acts like Luis, takes care of their house, instills good values and morals into their children, we will not have a fucking problem with this.
Agreed.
But Luis cannot be the exception to the rule.
Yep.
He
Nope,
has to be the rule.
I 100% agree. I think I'll
Good
wrap
point.
it up. What I have is the biggest thing is what I've seen a lot lately is everyone, and it's hard to say, especially now, but everyone needs to stop getting their fucking facts from social media, from Instagram, from Facebook, from Snapchat, because they're tailor making things for what we're thinking because of what we're posting, what we're looking at, things of that nature. But you have to be wary too, because CNN has their own goals, Headline News has their own goals, different networks have their own goals too. So it's kind of weird. What I recommend is BBC News, because it's not from the United States, right? If you guys watch that, it's not. Yeah, I know you guys were gonna laugh, but check it out. I know you're googling. Go ahead, Google that, Chris. Type in BBC.
Nope.
Yeah,
You've
that's-
made me do that way too many times, Johnny.
get some information from there, because it's
Not
not from the
zooming in
United
on that
States,
little
so-
quarter on the bathroom floor anymore.
Don't get your information from Instagram, social media, things like that, because it's just gonna fucking wreck you.
Look,
But
and you can see the headline, but fact check it.
yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
what
just
I do.
don't
Yeah.
just take it as end all be all.
Take everything with a grain of salt, right?
Don't tell me what to do.
It's all those damn bibliography pages we had to do in school.
Yeah, you got,
Bibliographies. I hated citing
Yeah.
citing
How many
references,
sources
things like
did
that.
you
That
have to
suck.
cite?
Hey,
You
two-
can't cite
at
just
least-
one.
at least 2 reliable sources. Wikipedia
Right.
doesn't count. So you go to
And now, yeah.
Wikipedia and you find their source.
They're so very good. Look at you, very smart. Hey, so that's all we have today, folks. Hey, thanks for watching our trashy ass show. Go check out the show. It's
show's
on
great.
Netflix. Yeah, our show is great. I'm glad that you like it. You're
He's
one
the
of
best.
5 people that enjoy our
It's
show.
good. like-
It's on Netflix. It's called The Social Dilemma. Check it out. Let us know what you think. We will see you guys again next week.
So
A good episode,
Peace.
guys. Thank you. Do you guys have anything for me?
Nah, our show's
Yeah,
not
I think
trash.
we're good, my guy.
see you in the morning.
8:30. Look at that sexy beast.
Batman the Animated Series?